You already know. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker. Checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. My goodness, college football Saturday. First college football Saturday of the year. And I got to get right into it today because as a former college football player myself, I have never told the story of the most epic win that I've ever been a part of. Like when I say the most epic win, I mean it was the win in which teamwork was on display the most. Of all the games I've ever been a part of, I didn't actually, physically get in this game, but in terms of all the games that I was a part of as a player, this by far signifies the best teamwork. There's some games in which, you see a certain player dominate or you see offense dominate. There's certain ways in which every game kind of stands on its own. This game that I'm ready to tell you about right now was by far the best team effort I've ever been a part of. First of all, it was back in 2010, I believe, 2010 or 2009, when I was at Stony Brook University, played for the football program, obviously, and we had a epic battle against the Liberty Flames. The Liberty Flames, it was in Long Island, and it was for the Big South Championship right there. That was it. Everybody, listen, we win that game, we win the Big South Championship. Got me? So game starts off at the beginning, our heart and soul, the linebacker, Tyler Santucci. That was it, yeah. Tyler Santucci! He's actually the current inside linebackers coach at Texas A&M under Jimbo Fisher and all that. But he goes down, right? He was like Mr. Stony Brook. He was the Ray Lewis of the Stony Brook football and shit like that. So he goes down with an ankle injury, I believe. And I remember because I was a part of the linebackers group at that stage. And I can remember Craig Richardson was his backup, and I remember in the locker room at halftime, I remember Coach Pete just pointing at Craig like, hey, it's time to step up. It's time to step up. Time to step up, because again, Tucci, I'll actually probably do an entire podcast episode on the things that Tucci did, because Tucci, he was the heart and soul. He used to give us our motivation. He used to give us our speeches, everything. Like, there's a reason that he's the linebackers coach of Texas A&M. He was the heart and soul of the team. So we lost him going into the second half. We didn't have him anymore, and the defense held strong. The defense held really, really strong, all right? However, it was at the end of the fourth quarter, we're winning, and the defense gives up a long run. I think the tight end squeaked through on some seam route or some shit like that, and he breaks a long one. And I'm telling you right now, we were defeated. I remember Coach Gush. Coach Gush was the defensive coordinator then, and I used to be the one charting the plays because I wasn't eligible for any games or anything like that. So I was like basically a graduate assistant at that stage. And I remember looking at Coach Gush after he scored that touchdown, and just, I mean, the dejection on his face. He takes his clipboard, he throws it. He's just like, fuck, we lost. Like, you could see it. You could see it. If he was defeated. He was defeated, all right? So the offense gets back on the field with maybe a minute and 30 seconds left. And by the great, I don't know how this happened, but his son, Coach Gush's son, Jordan Gush, I don't know how he gets behind the safety, but he got behind the safety. The quarterback at the time, his name was Mike Coulter, launches when it gets behind him, gets to Gush, and we end up scoring a touchdown and winning the game. And I lie to you, this is the first time I'm ever telling this story, right? Because I remember the celebration. The entire field was packed. The entire field was packed. I mean, everyone was celebrating, jumping around. Yeah, we won. And I remember someone coming up to Coach Gush, and it might have been a fan or a booster or somebody like that. I don't know who it was. But I remember seeing Coach Gush hug the guy, and he tells the guy, he goes, look, fucking son had to bail me out. He goes, my fucking son had to bail me out, And that's what I mean when I say all the way around. It was all teamwork, from our defensive heart and soul of our defense going down to the point where our offense had to step up after they gave up after we gave up a long run, and then Coach Gush telling the guy, yo, my fucking son had to bail me out. All around team win. All right, listen, that's what college football is all about. That's creating those memories. Very few, if any, I think actually from that team, there was one guy that actually had a subpar career in the NFL that played maybe a couple seasons on the practice squad. You got to go out and you got to make those memories. You got to understand that the lessons that you're learning as a player, the things that you're going through as a player, are going to apply in everyday life when you're trying to build your organizations, when you're trying to build your families, when you're trying to do these things, all right? And be a better man. That's what this game is for, all right? By the way, make sure if you have not yet, make sure you download or subscribe to the Move Swiftly podcast. So I'll have a little more time to dive deeper on these topics. And Make sure you go to makeyourmove.com, purchase a couple copies of my books, and make sure you are inquiring about the hiring seminars that are starting up this very month. Just holler at me if you want some more information on that. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.